It is 2 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started with the weekly weather briefing. This is Megan Williams with the National Weather Service in New Orleans. A couple of things to talk about. Nothing that's overly concerning, but the weather is going to be fairly active over the next week. There's a marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow afternoon and evening, especially east of I-55. Mainly, this is going to be in the form of a damaging wind gust potentially, maybe some large hail, mainly along the Mississippi coastal areas tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. And in general, we are expecting rain daily, basically for the next week, especially during the afternoon and early evening hours. And I did break it down a little bit. So we'll look at some of the rainfall totals for different periods in just a minute. But here's just to show you kind of the focus area for where we're going to be the most concerned about seeing a strong to severe storm tomorrow and tomorrow evening, mainly in the Mississippi coast. Again, mainly just we could see, a strong damaging wind, 60 mile an hour greater, and the potential for large hail as well with these storms. Generally speaking, basically every day for the next week in the afternoon and evening hours, we're expecting some rainfall across the area, predominantly north, along and north of the I-10, I-12 corridor. None of it looks to be severe, but there will be the potential for lightning every day with these storms. You can kind of think of it similarly to how in the summertime we tend to get this afternoon pop-up showers, scattered showers that develop. It's kind of like that. So that's kind of how it's gonna seem. But basically, this is the rainfall total for just this weekend. So basically tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. And you see the bulk of the rainfall for the weekend is going to be along the Mississippi coast, coastal areas, generally 1 to 2 inches. Some locally higher will be possible inside a stronger storm or two. If we look at next week, generally most of the rainfall for next week with these scattered showers throughout the afternoon hours and evening hours every day, the bulk of it, most of it's going to be in the northernmost areas, kind of northwest of Baton Rouge, along in north of the I-10, I-12 corridor. But generally, you're not expecting a lot of rainfall, an inch or less. Could see locally higher amounts. But in general, we're just not expecting a lot of rainfall, but it is going to be basically daily. And I know we have a lot of outdoor festivals and events, and so that's kind of why I broke it up the way I did. But I did also want to show you just the total, basically for the next 7 days, basically today, really tomorrow through Thursday. You can see that most of the rainfall is going to be along and north of the I-10, I-12 corridor, generally looking at 1 to 2 inches overall. You could see some locally higher amounts. Again, not expecting severe weather with this, except for tomorrow. Once we get past tomorrow, not expecting severe weather with this. And again, most of this rain is going to be in the afternoon and evening hours, kind of like we would see during the summertime. So basically, it's going to be quite a bit of rain, some lightning, but nothing that looks to be severe or overly hazardous. But generally, tomorrow, potential for damaging winds, potential for some large hail east of I-55 associated with these storms moving through, and then just expect the chance for rainfall basically every day through the next week, and some lightning with that as well during the afternoon and evening hours.